intro.
Oh, I don't have a beer. I'm going to go get one.
Do that. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Chop Sports Daily, coming to you live from the Flipping Made Easy studio right here in Mattawa, New Jersey. It is your boy Sturch. It is your boy Gooch. He's replenishing right now, actually, as he makes his way back into the studio. Gooch is here. It is New Year's. Yeah, you're right. I don't know why I didn't do this, but I am. We are indulging this morning. It is New Year's Eve after all. Sturch, Gooch, and of course, it is Lean Fridays with the man himself, Kyle Kirms. Kyle, my man, last night, I think you did all right, bro. I'm not sure.
Wisconsin, one touchdown away from perfection. Actually, I needed 8 points, so the over wouldn't have hit, but they ran the clock out all 11 minutes of it on that drive, which is dope. If you're a Wisconsin fan, it's impressive, but screwed me up there.
Yeah, it's not dope. I was the only one. I was a cherry-picking piece of garbage yesterday, and that's why I told you when I got home. I'm like, yo, what's left on the docket? And you're like, oh, you got Michigan State, you got these guys. I'm like, all right, cool. So what do I do? Well, knowing that I have not cashed in on everything else that Kyle was doing, I'm going to parlay the two. That's what I did. And when I did that and Michigan State does the pick six cover, I'm like,
I have a question.
This is incredible.
Did it say to parlay the two on the ticket? It did not.
No, it did not.
Right?
But I listen, I can make my own decisions. I'm a big boy, okay? But if I was smart, I would have just played the entire ticket.
You gotta play the ticket, baby.
KyleKirms.com for that. Kyle is joining us today. He did absolutely wonderful last night, and that's why his minions are here. They're all here to watch. Yeah, I know. AJ coming in, stop picking them cherries. I know. Listen, I just wanted some action, and then I went with the Toast, who is on. Has anybody heard from the Toast this morning? Because was
the Toast. It was grim
borderline suicide watch.
I would like a search party up to Anchorage to see if he has a pulse.
Seriously, because I need to know if he's okay, because he lost a lot of games, and but they were like freak things, and I'm just like, oh man, don't worry about it, Toast. There's always tomorrow. You know,
the Toast has been on like an 80% run the last 2 weeks, and he had a bad day, and he's feeling terrible about it. But I'm sure, knowing the Toast, he's probably going to spend extra hours grinding.
He probably didn't sleep. He probably sat there looking at the weekend stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of the weekend stuff, we got a lot to go over today. As we're starting to record, I'm wearing my Mike Tverdoff t-shirt because Rutgers just kicked off with Wake Forest. I'm excited for those guys. Kyle, did you put in a bet for that before you left the house?
Actually, that's a funny story. So I woke up this morning. Last night, I typed it all out. Rutgers plus 16. That's what the line was at the time. And I woke up this morning. I had a Rutgers hat on, Rutgers shirt, and I go to publish it, and I was just looking at it like – no, I can't be like,
can't do it, dude.
I can't be sitting live wearing all this Rutgers gear, trying to sound like I'm giving out winning picks while Rutgers is down 20-0, and it's not even the second quarter.
This is true.
I took Wake Forest.
It could get away. Oh man, it could get away from them fast. We'll see. I mean, it's really hard though. I mean, like they literally picked up and said, "Hey guys, you're now in a bowl game and go." You know, and I was just like, no,
Wake Forest offense is legit against any team in the country. Rutgers defense has a chance, but in the back end, I just think that they're not going to be able to cover those receivers.
Sam Hartman is going to rip the Scarlet Knights to shreds.
That's not fair. That's not fair. Mike Tverdoff, 2 sacks. That's
hey, I'm rooting for Rutgers, obviously, but maybe not now that Kyle put Wake Forest on the ticket.
I mean, I'm still rooting for Rutgers.
It's too late now. But this is what happens.
We can't bet
New Jersey for whatever reason anyway. I don't know why. That's so dumb. Like, what do they think we're gonna do? Like, we're paying our right. We're paying off like our college tuitions. Like, what are we doing?
We got these Rutgers defenders on the NIL thing. Be like, hey guys, we'll sell you an extra T-shirt. We'll give you 100% of the profit share. No, there's no reason why.
Not to mention, like, in my case, we could easily just like drive into Philly and place the bets, as if like if we were doing something does
Pennsylvania have gambling?
I'm pretty sure.
Are they involved?
And Delaware does too. So like the idea that like,
Delaware,
manipulating the game. Like if I was doing some kind of scandal to make thousands of dollars,
as if you have to live in New Jersey to manipulate a game.
Yeah,
it doesn't even make any sense.
It makes no sense at all. Maybe it made sense in 1918.
Yeah, no, I have no idea. But in any event, Rutgers is kicked off. We'll get to join the game as it's in progress. We didn't want to put it on because I feel like we would be like just looking over the entire time.
We know what it is.
Well, we'll see.
It might be 7-0 already. It's 11:05.
Before we get into the big meat and potatoes of this awesome podcast, be sure that if you're watching this right now, hit the subscribe button, okay? We appreciate that. Hit the like button on this video because the sauce is here. That's why you like this video. I mean, obviously, you love me and Gooch, but when we bring the sauce in on a Friday, it means it's a big show. And, of course, Patreon. The Patreon that we have set up last night, I do want to give a special shout-out. I'm not going to do this every show because it's just the list will get bigger and bigger. But I do want a special shout-out to those who jumped on board right off the rip. We've been live on Patreon for like 2 days, and we're making some serious, well, not serious coin, but we're making a nice little dent, and it just goes to show you how much we have support. Patreon.com/Chop Sports. So thank you to Scoop Espo, Hawaii Mike, Jess Florak, Kathy Hummer, Danny Sturchio, my brother, obviously, Lauren Mazzarella, who buys literally every piece of things we have, Bobby how do you say Erpsis, Melissa Angelo, longtime friend, Judy Gucci, the GOAT, okay, one of the GOATs, the legend of Gucci, a guy named Kyle Kirms, he's on this as well, a girl named Dina Simpson, she's on this as well, Joe Palumbo, so not even Jimmy, by the way. Jimmy has not donated anything other than a couple interns, and he doesn't want to get involved with the Patreon, that's fine, but your brother is, and that's appreciated. Glenn Allen, first of all, I've known this kid since like grade school, September, like school 14 type shit right there. Johnny Mashad getting involved from Absolute Eyewear. Joe Allend, Jay Devlin, and of course our boy Joe Pizzamenti, and not last but not least, my cousin Vinny, our cousin Vinny, not my actual cousin Vinny, but cousin Vinny. So thank you guys so much for your Patreon support. If you guys want to support Chop Sports, it's as low as $3. I know it sounds like an infomercial where it's like, you know, you can feed a starving kid in Africa, but no, you can
I'm the starving kid in Africa.
Gooch is the starving kid in Africa right now. But people are coming in right now. The minions are here, Sauce. They are alive. They want everything
Sauce,
there is to do.
Do you have a moniker for your following?
No,
we should come up with one. I think that's by day's end, by
I
year's
always
end.
said like Team Sauce, the Sauce
Team Sauce. All right,
Sauce
Team
team,
Sauce.
okay.
Team
Sauce.
Sauce is in the building, guys. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful football Friday, and we're gonna get into some football games. Now, right?
We are.
Lean Friday.
Starting
it
with
is.
the NFL, right?
Yes, we're gonna go NFL. We're gonna make you mother effers wait for those college picks. No, but NFL is obviously always dominant. We will touch on the college games at the end of the show before we wrap.
Picking both of them, by the way.
Yes, we are picking both of those games. So tune in. But we're giving our leans for this this upcoming
to give
week.
you guys an idea. Kyle's not going to make his picks per se, but you might get an idea of where he's going with it based on
for NFL. Yeah,
we'll raise topics and then Kyle will chime in where he feels necessary, and you get an idea of where Kyle's going to go. And me and him are going to have some beef this episode. I'm almost guaranteeing.
Well, I do want to bring up some breaking news that just happened. My boy Danny Schefter, Danny's my brother, texted me, says just when we thought the Vikings had a shot at this game, we'll pick the game in a second. But Kirk Cousins, COVID-19 list. He is not vaccinated. He can't test out. He is out for this Sunday. So that's a big, big deal. If the Vikings had a prayer in Lambeau, it would have ride on the shoulders of Kirk Cousins. And now it rides on the shoulders of, was it Kellen Mond?
Kellen Mond.
I don't know. Where did he go to school? I don't even know anything about this guy. Who is it? Florida? No.
Sauce, where did Kellen Mond go? Was that
Texas A&M?
Texas A&M.
And this dude sucks. I've been betting on this dude for 4 years. He started at Texas A&M. I've seen him throw so many 7-yard slants to the feet of his wide receivers while I had money on him.
Well, I'm glad that he's that the buy spot for the Cowboys opportunity lies in the hands of a guy who can't.
He can't throw the ball.
Slant. The Toast is in the building, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, I just saw that pop up. Toast is alive and well. He is here, folks. I'm so happy to hear from you, Toast. It's going to be a great day. Here come the leans, baby. Who's here? Our friend Rick. Okay, Rick Rosso's in the building. AJ Bascon, we said that before. Let's see, Devon Zachary in the building. So there's a lot of guys that have fought. Jimmy's cousin. That's Joe. Joe. That's not his brother. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I was going to correct you before, but I just let it go. But he's here, so he's like, no,
he is here through Facebook.
Jimmy's cousin.
So, Joe, do me a favor. Go to YouTube and watch it that way instead of Facebook.
It'll be much better because then you'll actually be popping up on the comments.
So, anyway, let's get into the NFL slate, right? We're going to go right into it because this is what we're here for. Dina, pull up that first game. First of all, that's what you really need to know. The standings, ladies and gentlemen.
You shouldn't even pull up our standings.
No, you should because the chase is on what?
No, I was just saying it's embarrassing that we're both below 500 with 2 weeks ago. The goal is to get above 500.
Well, that's the goal. That might have a thing. That might be a thing. Last week, I did go above 500. You did not. I picked up 2 games.
No. I'm talking about like for the year.
I know what you're talking about. I'm talking to you.
Anyone who really tracks their proper progress knows finishing like 55% is not easy at all.
No, it's
I know
not.
that. Yeah,
And
because-
we're right there. You're 5 games under, so you can actually get to 500 this week if you have a good week. But I had the better week last week. I'm just 2 games down. So for everybody, including Ashley and everybody who voted for Chris that said I couldn't chase and catch you,
You can't
go scratch
You're
yourself.
still not going to chase.
I'm going to take the lead this week. This week I'm taking the lead.
It's bold.
It's bold. There's my bold prediction. I'm taking the lead this week because we're exchanging. We're picking games back and forth. So I will definitely outpick you this week. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Here we go.
First
game 1. And it goes to your beloved Green Bay Packers. The line is 7.
It's not 7 anymore, but
it's
we're not
probably going to go up.
We're going to call it 10, I guess, for this because I would imagine that no Kirk
That's
Cousins.
a 3-point swing.
Green Bay at
Kyle,
home
what do you
against
think? How many points do you think it's going to move?
Yeah, 10.5 might be a pretty good guess.
Wow.
There.
All right.
It
Well,
was
10.5.
6.5 this morning. And as of right now, I can't see.
Yeah.
They probably took it down.
They took it down. It wasn't up as of hitting live for this show. It wasn't up. There was no line. So I would imagine it's going to be around 10. Obviously, I'm picking the Packers. I haven't faded them once this whole year. They've only not covered the spread 4 times. The Vikings are, in fact, 7-8. So they are still under 500. They are the best team in the NFL under 500. We say this all the time. They're going to hang the banner after this week because they're definitely not
12
going
and a half on FanDuel according to Sean. So
Wow.
Holy shit.
12.5.
Well,
Yeah.
how are we going to pick this game, though?
Honestly, I would have laid 12.5 with Kirk Cousins. So I'm definitely going to lay the 12.5 without. I think Green Bay is going to open it up on
what
them.
spread is Dina writing down for this pick? That's
Right, 12.5 down.
All right, 12 and a half. We're going to
because
go with that with FanDuel for now. And I'm going to assume even Rick is coming and saying 12 and a half too. So that was
I see it here, 12.5.
5.5 point move, man. Holy hell. This team is not going to function. They got no Thielen, no Cousins, and Cook is going to just be stuffed in the back. That's going to be brutal. Put me down for the Packers.
The Packers have done really
spread is.
shitty against the run the past couple of weeks. Being able to stack the box, not that Kirk Cousins is necessarily that scary, but they do have weapons on the outside. KJ Osborne is good. Fill in for Thielen. I think he's a great play in DFS this week. Somebody said that in the comments yesterday, and I definitely agree. It might have been your brother. No, but KJ Osborne is a really good fill-in if you have a Adam Thielen. And in DFS, I would put him in lineups because he'll probably come fairly cheap. Maybe with no Kirk Cousins, you might maybe rethink that, but still, I think he'll get his opportunities in a game where they're going to be down.
Live game in-game box score here. Wake Forest up 7-0 already on Rutgers. Oh boy!
I'm surprised it took them 12 minutes.
12 minutes from real time.
Yeah,
it might actually be kickoff was like 8 seconds.
That might have been the second play.
Jams is saying that the sauce is going to fade the hell out of Aaron. Wait and see. Yeah, he probably will because he's got a beef with me for some reason.
Actually,
but really, the Packers have been winning money all year.
All right. So I mean, I can't even ask you your actual.
No, I don't mind. As of right now, I mean, it's a night game at Lambeau Field in January. It's really tough to make an argument for Minnesota here. Yeah, they're going to come out and run the ball, and Green Bay's defense has been so bad. They probably have some success, but overall, I mean, can you really count on this team to move the chains and get up and down the field
and
consistently?
Keep up with Aaron Rodgers?
Exactly.
I just don't see it happening.
It's really unrealistic. I would like to see where the money goes and where this number goes from 12.5, because if it gets as high as like 15.5, 16, I could maybe a back door with Kellen. Oh my God, Mon sucks though.
Yeah, no, it's not going to happen.
It's going to be hard for me to take Minnesota here. Really hard.
All right. Well, then I guess we're all in lockstep here. That Green Bay is going to just roll them. Anyway, moving on. Well,
okay, so Dave, this is your boys.
Ooh.
We got the Dallas Cowboys taking on the reeling Arizona Cardinals. Dallas gets the much needed home game. I think Dak showed himself last week. He's, coming back. I think he's fully healed up from the calf injury that he was dealing with. I don't know that Zeke is fully back, but I'm going to let Dave pick this one first because we all know who he's picking.
I mean, well, you might as well pick because I know you're picking.
Well,
but anyway,
I'm going to take Dallas as well because the Cardinals have been really bad. The point spread 6, I could easily see that's just a touchdown. Dallas is putting up a decent amount of points the last 2. Actually, Giants, they struggled a little bit.
No, they didn't struggle. They put up 21
They struggled offensively against the Giants, but look, that was 3 weeks ago. Dallas is cooking. They have a lot to play for right now. Not that the Cardinals don't, but I just think that the Cardinals they haven't shown me anything. And if you look at their splits in the first half and second half with Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury, it's brutal in the second half in their tenure together. So Dallas all the way.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm gonna clip that up. What is that? Aaron Rodgers. What is this? Aaron Rodgers' home record against the spread in his career is 68-37-4 against the spread in all games at Lambeau Field. He is 49-28 against the spread against NFC. Jesus Christ, there's just so much there. Take the Packers. We get it. Anyway, with the Cowboys, for this game, I'm excited about what they just did to Washington. I'm excited about how the offense finally turned up. I'm excited about how this defense has been playing the entire year. This spread don't scare me as much as when you do that shit when you put the multiple, like the double digits with the 10s and the 11s. The Dallas Cowboys to beat the Arizona Cardinals by a touchdown after the Cardinals, what they did with the Colts. And now DJ Humphries, their left tackle, is out. So that means Randy Gregory or Micah Parsons or DeMarcus Lawrence is going to be in that ass. So give me the Dallas Cowboys -6 to go to 12-3 and to keep chase.
You guys see the little
seed.
The devil's advocate graphic that Dina just pulled up from Toast?
No.
That Cliff Kingsbury is an astounding 12-3. Is that what it is? 12-3-2 against the spread and 8-1 against the spread. Oh, there's so many of these.
The one I liked that he
is coming out of the woodwork with these things.
Cardinals 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 against Dallas. What scares me here?
First of all, they played the Red Rocket last year.
Exactly.
They beat the shit out of Andy Dalton.
You have to take or leave those stats,
right.
But the line movement concern. Obviously, I want to bet Dallas. I think the hottest team in the league, maybe, but we started at 5 on Tuesday, moved to 5.5 on Wednesday. Thursday, it's up to 6. All the money is still flooding in on Dallas. If this gets all the way up to an even 7, there's a chance that I'm throwing a half a unit on Arizona just because of the crazy number. And also, I mean, how motivated is Dallas going to be, especially when I don't think
the number 1 seed's in grass, bro.
I don't think it is, though.
I mean, look, the Packers now are probably going to steamroll the Vikings, right? That's that last week, bro. When the Packers have to go against the Lions in Detroit for the last game of the year. Oh,
stop
baby.
it, Dave. You're grasping.
I'm
at
gonna will that
straws
shit
here.
into existence.
And
you
that's
could
just
keep on willing
them,
it. That's going to be a little bit of a
tie.
It doesn't matter. Cowboys get the tiebreaker.
But if Tampa Bay's going to win out too, they play the Jets.
They'll play the Jets, but
let's relax. Green Bay's not losing to Detroit.
All right, whatever. I want the 2.
Settle down.
I want the 2. Settle for the 2. Anyway, but
so under 7, I'm probably taking Dallas here.
Okay, I'm with it. All right, what we got next? All right, so the Chicago Bears. We'll keep it on the local front right now. Chicago Bears hosting the New York Football Giants, -5.5 to Chicago Bears. Bears coming in 5-10. The Giants coming in an abysmal 4-11. Both of these teams are absolutely shitty. But here's the kicker for this:
the draft pick is the draft pick game.
This is the draft pick game. If the Giants were to win this game, they do themselves a service. If they lose, they do themselves a service. So they can't. The Giants fans can't lose this week in this scenario,
while simultaneously also losing this
right?
week.
With also
or winning this
actually
week. It just doesn't matter one way or another. The Giants are improving their pick and worsening their pick with this game. That's the biggest impact on the season so far for either of these two teams is this game right here.
I mean, you have
where the Giants are going to pick
savage fans. I know. Dina just brought that up. If this guy Devon Zachary gets a Kyle Kirms tattoo, will you give him a lifetime VIP?
A Kyle Kirms tattoo of my face or just my name?
Look at this. No, it doesn't matter because Toast came in. Yes, I'll pay for your VIP if you get a tattoo. So there you go.
It doesn't matter what.
This is a sick following.
Sold.
This is a little disturbing. But anyway, back to this game. The New York Giants coming in. I think it's Jake from State Farm. It might be Mike Glennon. Who cares at this point? The Bears have something to play for because if this team is buying into Matt Nagy at all, which they're not. All signs point to.
So they don't have anything to play for.
Well, no, but I'm saying see, that's where I differ. This team might like Matt Nagy. It's the Bears fans that don't like Nagy right now. It's the Bears fans who can't stand losing under Nagy. The Bears might actually want to play for Nagy. They're not going to just lay down and die.
If I'm on the Bears, if I'm a Bears wideout, I'm looking at my other wideout and I'm being like, bro, Nick Foles has been on the bench this whole time. You saw last week, that was the best quarterback play I think that the Bears received all season.
So that's why I'm taking the Bears. Give me the Bears. If it's Foles again, if they shut down Fields, if it's I'm not sure where it at, who the quarterback's going to be. I'm assuming it's Foles. But I'm going to go with the Bears here at home to cover that number, -5.5.
Yeah, the Giants they don't have anything to play for whatsoever. Not that the Bears do, but they're a tougher team. I think that the defense has some stars on it. Roquan Smith is the best player on the field on both sides of the ball. I'm going to go with the Bears for that. They're home. It's less than a touchdown. The Giants suck. So Bears.
Giants are terrible. Kyle?
I had actually leaning Giants to start this one, but the New York Giants currently have 15 players listed as questionable for this game. Of those 15, 7 I think are starters here or significant names. So we need to figure out who's playing in the game before I could give anything definitive. But Chicago laying 6 points. Get the hell out of here, man.
All right. Well,
anybody for that matter.
KyleKerms.com.
Yeah, exactly.
KyleKerms.com for your VIP subscription. Go find out where he leans and actually picks on Sundays. That's why you don't pick the games until Sundays. That goes for all you amateurs out there like myself who go out there and sometimes put money on the line on a Friday when I just don't know what's going to happen.
Well, sometimes it makes good sense to do
when
that.
the line
If
comes
you
out,
have
you're
a
like, I'm getting
pulse
it now.
on where the money's going to go.
Fine.
You get it. You
Well,
get it
that's-
early.
Right.
That's very old school, and there's a lot of logic to it. You pick it before the line movement, anticipate it. Nowadays,
This year it's a little different with the COVID because anything could happen. And honestly, I've had situations this year where I've made a bet on a Thursday and then the game was completely pulled last week when they moved games. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to get ahead on this one and get the line before it moves. And then it moves so much that they literally just pull it and then my bet is washed.
Toast coming in saying New York has covered the spread in each of their last 5 games at Soldier Field. Toast, you are an almanac. You're officially the Toast almanac.
I actually was debating on texting Toast yesterday during the day and being
Texas
like, bro,
Toast?
that's actually funny.
I like that.
And being like, yo, let's just
One
start a
beer.
side conversation so I could have content for the podcast. So I'll have all Toast numbers and I'll give him credit once in a while.
Right. Well,
You know, it'll be my beaver. Like he's got his prop beaver. I'll have the Toast just giving me my weird lines.
all right.
But it'll
Go with it.
influence too many of my picks, though.
to finish, in my opinion, I think it's more valuable to bet on you know exactly who's playing, you know exactly what's going on, and maybe I only get 4 points and you get 5.5. But I think the percentage that you would of the games you would win and I would lose compared to the games that you would lose because you bet a team that whose quarterback was ruled out. It's not just what's going on with COVID. It's just the
NFL, the nature of the sport.
Yeah, professional sports
Yeah.
nowadays are so with injuries. They're so like questionable. I don't know. Maybe held out. I don't know. Like everything's indecisive. Everyone's scared of getting sued. They don't want to not list him on the injury report. Then he gets a career-ending injury and sues the team. All kinds.
And
of
in
crazy
reality,
stuff.
too, if you really want that,
And then
point,
you write a
if
book
you want
like
that,
RG3.
if you want that
Yeah.
point, if you want the point that bad, you could just buy the point.
Which, by the way, did you see that by any chance with RG3 when, like, obviously we all knew he was writing this book, but then, like, he put out another tweet saying, like, yo, Washington, I'm willing to, like, bury the hatchet if you want to sign me at quarterback. I'm like, wait a minute, time out.
I think that was just a troll job.
I had to be.
It might have
I'm like,
been
wait, you just
playing quarterback for
bashed the
that team.
Christ out of this team looking for a book sale. Anyway, let's go. Moving on.
All right, we got the Tampa Bay Bucks against the abysmal New York Jets.
Oh, my God. Look at this line.
Do we really even have to go into this one? I mean, 13.5, I would bet it if it was 18.5. I'm taking Tampa Bay. I've pretty much been on them all year, and
Tampa
I've
Bay's
lost a
banged
lot of
up.
money. They're not doing great against the spread, but the Jets, bro, Zach Wilson against anybody on that
Zach
defense.
Wilson was looking.
He looked okay
Yeah,
last
that's
week.
what I'm
Did he?
saying.
Yeah, a couple rushing touchdowns, was it?
One was like 60 yards.
Yeah.
Bro, he
but-
put on he showed the Jets. Huh?
Tom Brady's last
The,
game in
the
New York.
Tampa defense is very fast. I don't know that Zach Wilson's going to be running for anything other than his life, and they are
No
banged up.
Shaq Barrett.
They're banged up, but it's January now. We're talking about Tom Brady in January in the Meadowlands. We'll call it the Meadowlands,
I wonder
MetLife
how many
Stadium.
Jets
A
fans are gonna
familiar
show up to
place
this
with a lot of Jet fans looking to burn Tom Brady and give Tom Brady like I don't even know what you could call it. Tom Brady's going to drop 40 on the Jets in New Jersey. I'm going with the Patriots. Wow, the Bucks all day.
You knew where you were going with that one. This line is super duper. Man, now all right. Coming in, Jets are 5-0 against the spread in the last 5 games when playing at home against Tampa Bay. Well, this is a different Tampa Bay team. I don't care what Tampa Bay team that was. This is the Tom Brady Buccaneers. God, I'm struggling. The Jets have burned me so much this year, and I'm wondering if Zach Wilson could pull a rabbit out the hat and just try to like avenge the Tom Brady ghost.
Ronald Jones is going to have 3 touchdown rushes.
I hope he does because I'm in the fantasy championship with Ronald Jones. Give me the Bucks. Give me the Bucks. Screw it. The Jets.
So Fournette is not playing.
Fournette's out for the regular season,
He's
maybe
down
the
for years. There's
postseason.
no way.
Yeah.
This is Tom Brady's last game in New York, and although the numbers is like the way Tampa Bay's been playing, clear-cut bet on the Jets here, without a doubt. But there is some truth to what Chris is saying. There's a little bit of nostalgia going on with Tom Brady playing at the Meadowlands, where he's torched so many Jets teams over the years. So I get what Chris is saying, and I understand if a lot of you want to bet Tampa Bay for that reason. I'll be on the Jets, though, no doubt.
Woo.
Woo.
Damn. See, now I'm just damn it.
Go ahead, switch it. I have confidence in the fade on the sauce on this one.
Go ahead.
Switch it. Jets. Jets. Come on, baby. Let's just. Oh man,
I'll
yes.
text you in the first quarter when I win.
Shut up. I got this.
Fucking
I got this.
17-0 right away.
I'm with the sauce. I'm riding the sauce tonight, baby. Let's go. Pause. Anyway, next game.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody. And you thought I was going to kiss any of my kids at midnight.
Jam's
Wait.
telling me don't fade the sauce. I typically don't. Believe me, I typically do not. But it's Friday. By Sunday, I'll probably bet the Jets too. If that's on the ticket. Look, I'll bet.
That's fine.
A lot of times I just
He's
bet the
gonna bet both
ticket.
teams.
I compartmentalize well. I'll root for what my rooting interests are, and then I'll bet the ticket, and just that'll happen
Straight down the line.
simultaneously.
Y'all forget who Brait was? That's right, Cameron Brait. That's a buck, actually. I shouldn't be getting excited for that one. Anyway, let's go, Jets. Are you Vinny coming in? I wonder if they scored. I don't know. People, you guys got to fill us in on the live scores because we're broadcasting here. So anyway, moving on to a game that nobody gives a shit about. The Seahawks hosting the Detroit Lions. Seahawks coming in 5-10. We just had a discussion yesterday about Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll and if they're going to stay together. This would be the way to. Oh, it's tied up 7-7. Thank you very much.
Get the
Let's
hell out of here.
go Rutgers.
Must have been a DPI or something.
God forbid they move the ball on their own, right? We'll see.
Block
But-
punt.
Yeah, something to that effect where there's no offense whatsoever. The Detroit Lions are 2-12-1. They're playing for the first pick at this point, I think, with them and the Jaguars. We'll see. The line is 7. Russ has been, I don't know. Look at my brother coming in Lions money line. You know what? I'm riding with the Lions, man. I'm riding with my brother on this one.
If
7's
you
a big number.
put
It's
it
in
this
Seattle.
way,
I don't really care.
The Lions would be in line for the 1 seed right now if you counted against the spread as the actual record of teams.
Right.
The Lions are cover machines.
So I'm taking that.
And the Seahawks are the opposite of anything of a machine right now. They're just basically a losing machine. Russell Wilson, I thought he was going to be this guy that ruined seasons down the stretch this year. It's not happening. The Seahawks are done.
You're
I'm going to
going
go
with
with
the Lions, too?
I might go with the Lions in the money line just because we all know that Detroit's not winning 2 straight. And we play them week 18, so I'm manifesting.
So you're
my-
manifesting.
I'm
See
doing
what
my
he did
own.
there?
I'm
See what
doing
he
my
did
own
there.
manifestation here.
Oh, okay. So they're not going out hot. So they're just going to win this week so they can get pounded
Yeah.
next week by the Green Bay Packers. All right, fine. Anyway,
Swift is back, right? Swift is back for Detroit, right?
Is
I
it?
think
Is he?
so.
Yeah, I believe I
I'm
saw
with it.
he's
All right.
back. But yeah, I don't understand why all the money is on Seattle here at a full 7. Not seeing it at all in the last. What
Makes
is
me
it, 1, 2,
feel
3,
even
4?
better about Detroit that all the money's on Seattle.
All the money's on Seattle. It's at a full 7 in the last 7 games for the Lions. I mean, tie, lost by 3, lost by 2, win, lost by 4. Like the only team
so
that
they
beat
already
them.
did win 2 straight this year.
Oh.
No, I didn't. I wasn't
All right.
reading it in order.
All right.
Oh,
Um,
I'm so
Fuck you.
excited for
But
it.
other than at Denver, when they got beat up pretty good, this team keeps it close every game. They play good defense. They don't turn the ball over that much. I mean, it's just a slow, boring punt battle. Seattle sucks, man. Like, I'll definitely be taking the 7.
Yes, let's go Lions. We're with the sauce on that one too. Next,
We got the Cam Panthers against the.
Oh,
I don't even
God.
know. Is it Taysom Hill back for the Saints?
that's what I'm hearing. I'm
Yeah,
hearing
I-
these things.
the-
That was
the-
only COVID protocol.
So right
was it not?
now, the 7-8 Saints are in a prime position to make the postseason if they win their next 2 games against really average opponents. I think they got the Panthers and then the
You
Falcons in
just
the
call
next
Cam
2.
Newton average?
I
He's
said
so below average.
no. I said average opponents. I didn't say Cam Newton is average. I'm saying like the Carolina
Oh, yeah, they got a
defense.
good defense.
And when we're talking about the Saints, is any team that thee playing at the very least is an average team because they're
Yeah.
not good. So they're up against their own demons, so to speak, with Taysom Hill not being able to throw the ball. I'm going to throw this one to Dave, and I'm going to pick off of your pick like you usually do to mine.
That's fine because I think Cam Newton's the worst quarterback in football.
Well, yeah,
right
we
now.
all know where I'm going with this.
So yeah, so I'm taking the Saints all day on this one. I don't give a shit who the starting quarterback is. Kamara's going to do work. I think they're bounce back after a very ugly game against the Miami Dolphins. This is a good bounce back game for them. And look, don't look now, but the Saints are literally still in the hunt of the playoff mix. If they
yeah,
win
they're,
out,
they're actually firmly in the hunt. They're like a
they were like
40%
I think it was
chance.
30%
because
chance.
a
Yeah.
little more than that. It was like a little under 40% chance to make it. But I'm gonna take the Panthers in this one only because I just think 6.5 for that offense is too much. I could easily see the Saints controlling the game and winning, but 6.5, desperate backdoor cover maybe.
Jason Tester, just so you know, we have not got to that game yet. We'll get into that game. That's the game of the week, obviously. That's coming up soon. But anyway, yeah. So I'm on the Saints and Gooch is on the Panthers. So there's officially the way that we're tied up. What do you got over there? Sauce?
It's going to be really hard for me to lay 6.5 points with the Saints offense against a really good defense like Carolina. Yeah, Carolina might only score 10 points in this game. Honestly, maybe 9 or 10 points, but that might be enough to cover 6.5 with this. I don't see the Saints offense being able
The last
to do
time I
much.
heard you give a line like that, it was the Giants Cowboys game, and you were like, honestly, I'm gonna lay the 10 because I feel like Dallas, even if they
20
scored
points
20
will be
points,
enough.
Giants,
And it was 21-10.
and it was 21-6 or
Yeah,
21.
it was
So
like-
you were spot on with that. So you're spot on with this, Carolina. You're beat, Dave.
I
You're,
think, I think,
you're on the sauce fade on this
I think
one.
the Saints win this like 16-10 in the ugliest game.
Yeah, I
and
could
but that
easily see that.
16-10 covers
Dave's
for the
like, yeah, I
Panthers.
could
So I
see that
probably
too.
will be on Carolina. That's not a definite one though.
I'll probably take the team total under for both teams, all unders in this.
Yeah,
Set
my
it
brother
5 ways.
chimed in
Yeah.
before saying Saints in the under. So definitely the under are down 37.5. That's super low. Anyway, going next. Here we go. 49ers against the Texans. This is the whole game. It only means much for the Niners. It's a massive spread on the road. After the 49ers did what they did last week, we don't know the status of Jimmy G. It might be Trey Lance. Jimmy G apparently screwed up his thumb.
I think Jimmy G is going to give it a shot.
I think so too, but still, Eli Mitchell's back. I'm assuming that's what I'm hearing, that Eli Mitchell's back. So I'm gonna have myself a decision to make between Eli Mitchell and probably Melvin
Jones.
Gordon.
Eli Mitchell.
Eli
okay.
Mitchell, definitely,
That's
right,
not a decision.
That's not really a decision. You're right. Anyway, so 12.5 on the road against the Houston Texans. The Texans are coming off feel good thrashing of the Chargers. Like that's incredible to me. So they're back home.
I can't believe the Texans have fought their way to 4 wins this year.
I also can't believe that you guys didn't give me any credit for the frauds of the week before. And remember, I said Texans.
Oh,
being the-
yes. You did get your
say-
credit.
Well, no,
it was
we did.
Monday.
Yeah, we said that.
I feel like I didn't get it.
You were probably not awake Monday at that
Yeah.
time.
Oh,
yet.
I think I missed your guys' show Monday.
You But it was also
Actually,
because
no,
we
you
weren't-
showed up at like 11:40.
And
You're like,
it was
I'm
not
like,
in
I was at
studio,
the
and you were
gym,
like, bro,
actually.
there's not. We actually were saying, what's Kyle asleep? And Dean was like, no, he's at the gym. I'm like, the sauce is getting saucy this
There it
morning.
is.
I
early.
tuned in from the treadmill at the end. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, we did.
Yes.
We
Dina
did
came
call
in
them
from the
fraud.
outside saying she did call the fraud. So anyway, this is rough, but I'm hard pressed to think the Niners can cover this. I don't know what it is. I think the Texans are playing a little inspired with shout out to RIP to John Madden, but Madden generic coach 1 and Madden generic quarterback 3, and that's Davis Mills and that's
David
Dave
Culley.
Give me the
Cully.
Texans here with this number, man. I'm with this Texans team at home playing inspired football. They probably won't play well. I could see this game being 22-10. That's a cover, so that's a cover for me. So give me the Texans here. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But I'm gonna ride the hot hand in Davis Mills.
Honestly,
And
when
his
you say hot hand, I think he's got like 220 passing yards in both games combined that they've won.
that's a hot hand to me.
I'm going to lay the points here. The 49ers, they're playing for their season. They could put themselves in a nice position with a win here against a team that they have no business. Like the Texans have no business playing on the same field as the 49ers in this setting. Whereas the 49ers are a clear playoff team. The Texans, they just came off of a feel-good win. I don't think that they're going to be able to bring it. The 49ers are going to run the ball so many times in this game because Jimmy G's banged up. And even if they bring in Trey Lance, which you will probably see a little bit of that, even if Jimmy G does go, I just think that the running game is going to be way too much, overpowering. Deebo Samuel, George Kittle coming off of a stinker. And I think he's going to show out this week. 49ers big.
Jason Tester coming and saying this is a great teaser. I'm all over it. Yeah, I guess when you can. What's the teaser? 6 points, 7 points?
Yeah.
You can do the standard one is 6 points, but you can tease anything you want.
I'm just saying, like, that's an 18.5 point spread. That's crazy. Or the other way around. Yeah.
I would imagine he's
Kyle,
not
you
gonna-
feeling anything about this one?
I mean, I'm not going to lay 12.5 points with San Francisco, but so the first couple books opened up, right? And this line was 13.5. By Tuesday, it dropped down to 13. By the way, all the money's on San Francisco this whole time. All the sharps hammering the 49ers. Line drops from 13.5 to 13, 12.5. It actually dropped to 12 this morning.
I think that has to do with the Jimmy G news, though.
Maybe,
So
but it's
all
a
the money
gradual.
yeah.
It wasn't like it's a gradual. Maybe. I mean,
Touchdown Wake Forest.
there.
Here we go.
So obviously, I have to lean Houston. This looks sketchy as hell. Like I almost want to pass here. This
All
is
right,
one
you
like
can pass.
I'll tackle this one on Saturday night.
All right. No worries. What's next?
We got the Denver Broncos, who the team that I've had a love affair with all year, but I think I'm going to dump them. Honestly, I've been.
Are you breaking up with them on New Year's Eve?
I think I put Vic
You
Fangio
piece
on the
of
hot
shit.
seat. I put in Vic Fangio on the hot seat, but really, I just think it comes down to quarterback play. Bridgewater, I think, is better quarterback.
I don't
for
think
this
it's
team
Bridgewater.
than Locke.
Okay.
I understand, but
Oh.
it's just hard for me to go with Denver with anything that they're doing. Bridgewater, I don't know if it's just he hands the ball off so much better than Drew Lock does because they run the ball
Such a
every single
grace.
play. The Denver's defense is really good. The Chargers, who knows what's going on with that team? The Jekyll and Hyde, Justin Herbert. 1 week you're going to say he's a Hall of Famer. The next week you're like, oh my God, is that Ryan Leaf throwing the ball?
Oh,
Zing.
I only use Ryan Leaf because of the Chargers reference, but
I know. Great.
yeah, I'm going to go with Justin
Former
Herbert
Dallas
and the
Cowboys
Chargers
legendary
in this one.
quarterback,
I'm
by
going to
the
lay the 6.5. Denver doesn't do much offensively with Drew Lock. And unless Bridgewater does play, which I don't think he is, because I don't think the spread would be 6.5. I'm going to go with the Chargers here.
Yeah, I'm rolling with the Chargers too. I don't think that the Chargers will sit there and take what they took last week and then do it again this week. Like, I think this is a big bounce back game for them, for guys like Eckler. I know Mike Williams. I'm not sure if he's even playing. He might be on the COVID list again or something like that. Keenan Allen. It doesn't really matter to me. Justin Jackson played phenomenal last week. I think the Chargers roll.
This
and
game
so
is
does
a
Jason
little.
Tester.
It is a little bit weird to me in the sense that every time, specifically with this division, where I would say like one team has a chance to create any bit of separation, it flip-flops. And then you see like the Raiders win a game that you think that they're going to lose, and everything just keeps on tightening up out west. Obviously the Chiefs are the exception to that. Tight.
Can't
But I'm
legally ask you to
I'm
lose
still-
weight, but if you could just
I'm
tighten
still
up.
going to say like it was tight all year, but the cream rises to the top. And I think that the Chargers are clearly the better team than the Broncos. And I'm going to have to roll with them in week 17.
Ooh, Danny's coming in saying the Broncos running all day.
I do agree with that though. Like they're Javonte Williams.
He just
gonna
wants
have
to see. He's
himself a
putting
day.
that into existence.
But
I'm
he's
playing
not
against
wrong.
I know
He's not wrong. If you're looking at the matchups there, what is Denver going to do to expose the Chargers defense? They're
It's
going to
gonna be a
run the football. They're
loud
not going
day
to
at the
drop
Sturch
back
House
and
on Sunday.
throw it to Jerry Jeudy 3 yards down the field.
All right, Sauce, you feeling anything, any sort of way?
Yeah,
after
actually,
the breakup.
That's
over here?
why I think I'm with both you guys on the Chargers here. That's why I like them. Those was specifically the run defense, because the Chargers turned their season around through weeks 8 or 9, somewhere in there. They were one of the worst run defenses in the league, and then the 5 or 6 weeks following that, they were actually like 4th in yards per carry allowed. Now that being said, Houston just ran all over them last week, so my numbers are one.
Like
goal.
I said, bro, Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah, and it's exactly like the seesaw effect with these teams. Chargers go loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, win, loss, loss. Like, it's like they look like shit. I think they're going to look great. I think they win by 2 touchdowns. So I'm on the Chargers here.
All right.
So
And
Chargers
again,
people.
if you feel like Kyle is not giving you his direct pick, it's because he doesn't have to. So go over to KyleKirms.com.
Or I don't know it yet.
Or he doesn't know yet. Right. He doesn't want to give you his actual pick because he doesn't want to screw this up. But again, yesterday, complete burner. I think there was somebody, Mark Menzel on our Facebook group, was like, can't wait till the show today. Kyle's on a complete burner.
Mark Menzel,
Smoking.
that's Scoop's cousin. Or he was at the launch party.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then shout out to Mark. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, Rex Burkhead made easy work. He's making reference to that. That
I don't know if it's
defense.
Scoop's cousin, but whatever.
In any event.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Scoop and Vinny for their gifts that they left us, by the way.
Yeah.
I have a new bottle of, I don't even know what. I'm assuming Tito's because that's what I told them that I like to drink. So I have a bottle of Tito's with glitter all over the damn bag.
I
So
got a
glitter
big
was
ass-
all over my desk.
Big ass vat of Jack Daniels now.
Yeah, well, I have glitter all over my desk. I'm going to get a home.
So
and I'm gonna
Scoop, just
question-
bring by 2 more cases of Jack Daniels, and then we'll be even on the launch party for the tab that you ran out.
Shout out Casey.
No, that was fun. Good times. Good
Love
times. Scoop,
Casey.
you're the man.
Oh, Scoop is the man, dude.
Scoop has been with us since day one.
He really has. And he was our first Patreon, the first guy to do it. So, by the way, if you guys are watching this video and you're liking this video with the sauce on here, we do this every single day, just as Frenny said. Every single day we do this. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. We'd be greatly appreciated to subscribe to the channel. Underneath our channel is actually a link to Kyle's channel. We linked Kyle's network right under ours. So you
As
guys
if they
can-
don't know Kyle's channel, but the guys that don't know,
Right.
all of our people,
Right, that's what I'm saying.
go follow the
Go
sauce.
follow the
subscribe.
sauce on all the picks. Eventually, this show is going to be completely just a gambling
And
show.
no, we did not go over the bowl games. That's at the end of
No,
the show.
yeah,
season.
we're here for the bowl games, and that's going to be or the playoff games. We're here later on in this show. So this guy said Kyle who. That's why I say so who. Anyway, Rams next week. What am I doing? The Rams take on the Baltimore Ravens. There we go. On the road, -4.5. The Rams are 11-4 right now. Ravens are toast. Big game. Stafford to OBJ. Oh, Danny's just naming his fantasy team right now. That's all he's doing. He doesn't have Stafford. He's got Odell bitch ass Beckham. But anyway, the Rams going on the road. The Ravens, their quarterback situation has been solved for now. It's going to be Huntley until Lamar's cleared. Huntley clears COVID protocol. So at the very least, it won't be, Huntley throws the ball better anyway. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think he might even be better. Same thing. Who cares?
Yeah. Throws the ball better is better. Same thing. I agree. I think Huntley's definitely better than Justin Fields. But
well, wow. That's not so bold because of but that's such a small sample size.
I agree.
That's inaccurate. Justin Fields has potential.
Justin Fields has
He
potential.
runs hard. He's long.
Tyler Huntley is right now a better NFL quarterback.
He's like 5'6". Fields is huge.
Fields skips
Fields
the ball.
is like looking like a young Cam Newton.
He's
right
looking
now.
like a young an old Kellen Mond, skipping those
Kellen Mond.
4-yard slants, baby.
Oh my God, that's going to be good. But anyway, this game in particular, the Rams coming in, if they win, they have first control, a stranglehold on the NFC West. Oh, look at that. Dina coming in with the special. Oh, look at that. Nothing. I know you asked me, but I crushed the can. That should be.
Yes.
That is the international sign for serve me.
Toast is giving us a little freebie here. If anybody wants some college basketball, is this daytime action? We got Niagara plus 1.5 people. Ooh.
Niagara 1.5. Oh, that's coming in from the the Toast. Toast is looking for a rebound, big time rebound in the world of basketball. So get back. Here we go. Back and focus. Let's focus.
And
boys.
real quick though, I do want to touch on one thing. You said he's like a young Cam Newton. Now Cam had a little flash in the pan success.
A little
in the
flash in the
NFL.
pan. It was like a dominant MVP season.
One.
It was savage.
But then so did Lamar Jackson though. So that's
you
my point.
compared him to.
I'm making a joke. I'm making a joke that I would take Tyler Huntley when they got him as opposed to
you
the
would
fifth
lose.
pick over Justin Fields.
All right, so how about we pick this game? What do you think? What do you think? All right, so for this one, I think based off of the playoffs and how things are starting to shake out and how the Rams are playing, I don't care if it's Huntley or Lamar Jackson. I don't like how the Ravens are playing this game. They are 4.5-point dogs. I'm hard pressed, but I'm going to take the Rams on the road minus 4.5. I don't like it. This is another one that I don't really like, but I'm going to take it anyway. I'm going to go with Stafford here. Gooch?
I'm on the fence with this one as well, but I'm going to go with the Ravens because I feel like everybody's going to be on the fence and they're going to lean towards the Rams because it's a sexy pick, but this seems like a little fishy to me. 4.5 only because they're at home, I guess, and the quarterback situation is a little murky, but Tyler Huntley has shown me a lot in the 3 sample sizes that I've seen him in. In the second half against the Browns, he threw for 300 yards. He had like 35 attempts in a half of football. The kid could sling it. You say he's 5'6". I don't care if he's 5'2". He could run the football. He could sling the football. And right now, it's just the way things line up. And I know I'm throwing away everything, right? All of the handicapping and the rush defense or this. And I'm just saying that this is weird to me. The Ravens have had 8 wins, it seems like, for like 2 years, but they're seemingly still in the mix. Right now, they're on the outside looking in. They're desperate for a win. They're home. I'm going with the Ravens.
All right.
John Harbaugh is a good coach.
Jim Harbaugh's a better coach.
I'm
But
hanging
anyway.
my hat on that. I don't agree with that one bit. by the way.
Whoa, Toast coming out. Here comes another Toastism. The under is 24-9-1 in Los Angeles' last 34 games as favorites. In addition, the over has cashed in each of Baltimore's last 4 games. So he's looking for the under on that game. So let's go. And he said the Ravens are 9-2 against the spread in their last 11 games as underdogs. So they've definitely done work. So that bodes well for Mr. Gucci. Next.
Rams.
No. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
He said, oh, man.
I was
that.
leaning towards the Rams.
Yeah, no, the Rams. This number could keep moving. It was at 3.5, then 4, now 4.5. Probably going to keep moving. As long as it stays 7 or less, I'll be on the Rams for sure. But Ravens are a bum ass team right now to me.
Bum ass team. We call those the bats.
But it's like their injuries. They're missing their entire secondary. Even if they're getting Jimmy Smith back, one of their corners, I'm not even sure if they are. But even if they get him back, they're still missing like 3, and that's not exaggerating.
There's a lot of guys to cover over there in LA. You know,
Exactly.
there's
but
a lot of guys to cover.
But why is the spread only 4.5? Is it just because they're at
They're
home?
on the road.
Because they're on the road against an 8-win team.
If this game's in LA, it's a touchdown favorite.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like even still, you think they're only a touchdown favorite at home?
Yeah. Ravens aren't anything to sneeze at on
I'm
defense.
taking the
They're not
Ravens
terrible.
either way. I don't care.
They're great against the run.
The Ravens did just give up 525 to Burrow. So, yes,
5
Stafford might be
So based
salivating.
on that, the point spread should be 6.
I don't know.
That's what I was just saying. I think
Yeah,
they
we
might,
have to look a little more into this, but I would say that they had to have.
Jimmy Smith is the one that was lingering, and he's primarily like a slot corner. He doesn't go out on the edge that much.
And Cooper Kupp
They
plays
need
the
Marlon
slot,
Humphrey
though.
back, but I'm pretty sure he's done for the year.
Cooper
I didn't even look at
Cooper
it
Kupp
in the-
plays the slot, so Jimmy Smith will probably be locked up.
Oh
on
yeah,
Kupp.
that's someone that he might match up well with. Yeah.
All right.
All right. So we got the Philadelphia Eagles going into
Big game.
Washington
Big
to
game.
take on the Washington football team. It's a big game to the Eagles. I think that the Washington football team is done. I know, Dave, you have your hopes set on the fact that football team could actually pull this off because you do not want to see Philly in the first round for obvious reasons. You don't want to play them a third time because the chances are you're going to have beaten them twice going into the playoffs. Beating a team 3 times
Don't
is
like
a little
that.
rough.
They already did it to him.
I understand that, but this is just. Can
But
you just let me stay in my Jason Garrett ways right now?
The Redskins are coming off of back-to-back double-digit losses to teams in their division, Philly being one of them.
Was that true that you just brought up?
What?
Antonio Gibson on the COVID
Well, it's
list.
a good thing I'm eliminated in all fantasy leagues because
My
of
brother's
one
got him, bro.
Antonio Gibson.
Oh, baby.
So
COVID.
thank you to Antonio Gibson.
Oh, my brother asked about the
for
news.
ruining
Oh,
every
boy.
single. I took Antonio Gibson in 2 leagues over Jonathan Taylor, so
Shit,
that
I was
definitely
about
is
to
a
say
hit
that.
on my fantasy acumen.
Take the Skins.
But nonetheless, I'm going to take. Does that move the line at all? Probably a little
Yeah.
bit.
Right? You would think, right?
Is this
Sauce?
brand new news?
Yeah, it has to be brand new.
Just dropped.
I'm going to lay whatever the line is because the football team is in a worse position than they were in before. So you'd imagine that Antonio Gibson isn't necessarily going to be a 5-point swing and maybe a point.
Maybe
Right?
a half a point.
Point and a half.
The run game for I'll wait till
Yeah,
Skins got a 10.5 money right here. What does that mean?
I can't believe that.
There's no way.
That'll be 3 straight weeks where they're double-digit
There's no
dogs
way that's
to a
the
division
line.
team. No, I can't imagine that being the case. But if it is the case, then I'm taking Washington. If it's not the case and it's 5 or 6, then I'm going to go with Philly still.
No,
So Philly.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna
going
go
to
with
take the
Philly.
Eagles too. I'm
The-
going to
the
take the Eagles
Eagles
too.
beat up-
I was trying. I'm rooting for the Reds football team.
The Eagles have beaten up on some teams that they should beat up on. You know, the Eagles have
Sure.
put on Detroit
Yeah,
a couple weeks in a
Giants.
row where they really beat the shit out of who they played.
I'm with that.
Their playoff lives are on the line, but the football team has that spoiler
Doesn't
aspect to it. I'm still going with Philly. I like Jalen Hurts a lot this year.
Yeah, give me Philadelphia to stay in the race of the wild card. Cam Akers is back for the Rams. I don't know how much he's practiced this week. My brother did sign him as a bold move 2 weeks ago when he heard about him possibly coming back. I'm not sure if he's starting in this in that game, but that's game is already done. But anyway, yeah, we're both on the Eagles here. Kyle, with the Gibson news, you think it's anything special to think about? Or?
I don't think it matters because the Eagles have been shutting the run down. They're similar to the Chargers. Started off, couldn't stop the run for shit. They were getting run all over. All of a sudden, the last 5 or 6 weeks, they have one of the best run defenses in the league. And I'm actually pulling up the numbers right now, just to give you, because it's that legit. Let's see. Okay, they're 4th. In the last 3 weeks, they're allowing just 3.3 yards per carry on the season, just 3.9. So this defense has been shutting down the run, completely turned their season around. And with a team like Washington,
They got no McKissick, no Antonio Gibson. Now, who are they going to hand the ball to?
Taylor Heineke.
Someone who isn't going to do shit. That's who.
I feel like they got like Samaje Perine.
Sam Giant P. Ryan?
Yeah.
I never get that guy's name right. But anyway,
So
Eagles.
yeah, I'm on the birds.
Yeah, Eagles on this one. Next.
This line won't be 4.5 though.
No, it's
No,
going to
no,
move.
it's gonna
It's
be
going to move.
6, I think.
The New England
5.5.
Patriots getting back home. Massive spread here. They're 15.5-point favorites over the 2-13 Jacksonville Jaguars. This is, man, I'm throwing this one to Gooch. I'm tired of picking these big spreads. Like, the Patriots are good, and we've seen it. We've seen them run the ball. We've seen, but when Mac Jones has to throw the ball, it's a little different. It's a different story. It is Belichick. They are trying to get into the playoffs here, so the playoff push is there. I have zero doubts in my mind they win the game, but Gooch, do they cover this number?
I think they're going to cover it. You look at the Jets game, they scored like 56 points just running the football. You got to imagine that there's going to be a lot of turnovers happening here. Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence, I just don't see it happening. The interesting matchup is Mac Jones, Trevor Lawrence. So I do think that Mac Jones will have a few tricks up his sleeve, or Belichick will let him show out a little bit if they're winning. But really, hand off the ball. Jacksonville's not going to be able to stop it. And when they get the ball, they're going to throw it to New England. Matt Judon will have himself a day. I just can't get behind anything that Jacksonville does. They lost twice this year to the Texans. So for crying out loud, they're just not a good football team. And the Patriots are
Did
coming
you just
off
say for crying out
for
loud?
crying out loud, they're just not a good football team. And
crying out
the
loud.
This is an
Patriots,
86-year-old man to say that.
it's actually
For crying out loud. Dude, that was so funny.
sound more
I
like
love
Dave.
that.
I've been hanging out with Dave too much. I'm using like the dad as
Oh, bullshit. That I would never say.
he would never say for Dave, you'll say
I swear to
you'll
you,
be like
on
you
my
say
kids.
you say
I've
guys
never-
and gals still. You'll be like guys and gals.
What are you talking about?
I mean, go look at any of your last 50 posts.
that's
be like-
that's word. That's
Loud,
rhetoric.
Rhetoric. For crying out loud, Dave, you put guys and gals all the
You're
time.
crazy, dude. That was so. He said
we're having a dad off.
He
now.
said it so nonchalantly.
We were
that was
both
the
crying
best
out
part.
loud.
He's
Dave.
like, blah blah blah, and for crying out loud.
They're just not a good football team.
So funny.
I was looking at the
was
computer
good.
like,
holy shit, I'm dying.
All you guys and gals for crying out loud. But yeah, there's going to be turnovers. Trevor Lawrence is like a teenage girl, and he
There's
throws
your
the ball to
reason.
the other team for crying out loud.
For crying
Patriots.
out loud, I'm going with the
Rutgers
Patriots.
14-10? How? Are they down 14-10?
But I thought it was.
I know that's how it
so
works.
maybe we believe in the saw. No,
what's the
but
score?
Danny coming in, dag nammit.
Dag
We all
nammit.
sound like Philip Rivers at this point. Like Josh Shucks. Oh man, 14-10. That means that Wake Forest went down there and just kicked a field goal then. So maybe the Rutgers is up.
Rutgers was just inside the 10 about to score.
They scored. Touchdown Rutgers. Anyway, moving on. We're taking the Patriots here with the number. How do you feel about this one, Sauce?
Possible frauds of the week, Patriots.
Oh.
I think
shit.
Jacksonville can beat them.
Oh, damn it.
Oh my God.
Damn it. I don't know. I can't do it.
Yeah, it's Wake Forest is up.
Well,
14.
also,
Yeah. Wake Forest.
Josh
14-10,
Josh
sorry.
Allen needs to play though. The good Josh Allen,
Yeah.
the defensive.
Come on. You can't say
The
the
one,
other Josh
the
Allen
one that
isn't
embarrassed. I mean, he did have his number in their one meeting this year. He had
There
like a
one
pick,
time, Josh Allen beat
a
up Josh
touchdown,
Allen.
a
I
sack,
think overall
fumble.
both healthy. I think obviously one plays quarterback, so it's a little bit more weight in his position. But I think Josh Allen is a better
If Josh
edge
Allen,
linebacker.
if Josh
than
Allen
Josh
was
Allen is
if
a better
Josh
quarterback.
Allen was playing edge linebacker for the Pittsburgh Steelers, he'd be up for defensive player of the
Superstar.
year.
Yeah.
100%.
All right, so
I
it's in
agree
the
with that.
system. Within the system.
And
he'd be a
just
better-
Jacksonville's
There's no
Duval.
market.
That's literally their most
I mean, look at
famous
their
player
fans. Have
is
you taken a
Duval.
good look
I don't
at
even know
Scoop?
what the fuck that's supposed to mean. Is that the county that they play in? Duval?
Did you literally think that there's a player
No,
named
no, I
Duval?
don't. But my point is that's all they have.
Oh, that's
there's
a
no
county. It's Duval
there's
County.
no one getting behind the Jacksonville Jaguars players. They get behind the call, like the battle cry, more than the team.
Very true.
Duval.
Just like when the Viking skull.
No,
Skull.
that's fake.
That's fake.
Yeah, that's all bullshit.
They do that.
When? Like starting
Skull?
5 years ago, I watched the Vikings my entire life against
Yeah,
Green
it's
Bay. I
new.
never
Definitely
saw
do.
that
Definitely
shit.
new.
I hate it. I hate
And they do
it.
this.
It's ever since the
Oh, no,
fucking
and now they got
Vikings
the War
TV
of the
show.
Worlds when
Ever
it's third
since the
down.
Vikings got popular on TV and they started skull. That's all bullshit. Stop. Vikings,
It
you're
was
frauds.
it was Case Keenum who did that when he was at the line. He was doing it. The whole crowd was doing it. The
They do
Minnesota
it.
Miracle, one of the greatest plays I've ever watched ever.
I can't tell you how long they've been doing it, but they do that.
Yeah, they do
No,
that.
I know that they do it. I'm just saying
And
that
then they
it's
do the
fake.
horn that you just said, right? And then they also do the War of the Worlds, third down.
They
It's
also
like,
lose-
it's third down. It's like
You know what else they do? They lose
I know.
big.
Oh, yeah,
they
it's
lose big games
Oh,
late in
man.
the year.
I can't tell if Gooch likes
Yo, the
Vikings
vein
or
in
not.
Gooch's head is about to pop out
Seriously,
talking
he's
about
ready
the
to
Fucking
Vikings.
crying out
roll.
loud.
For crying out loud, Kirk Cousins.
Yes,
but
it is real.
I think Jacksonville's got a
real.
shot
I'm
to
with
beat
you,
them.
Caesar. I'm with
Yeah,
you, bro.
Dave is with us as he simultaneously roots for the Packers to lose so we can get the bye.
I would
Stop.
love a bye,
You
but I
just,
think
you just
go-
inherit the position you're in. and
No. I'm just
Stop.
saying I root for the bye. That's what you want. But if the Cowboys are rolling, I would love to just keep rolling and keep playing. Don't stop. That's all.
Execute on Sunday or Saturday for that matter.
All right, Lombardi. Anyway, moving on. Big game here for playoff implications. Indeed, Carson Wentz. What's the story? I don't know.
They have it. I think you're gonna have to wait until Saturday night on that.
That's
Just the timing of it.
It's I almost said -7. Like, where am I going? -7. The Colts are -7 here at home against the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders obviously have to have this game in order for them to keep their playoff berth alive. I mean, they're not there
Hopes.
yet. Hopes. That's what I meant to say. Yes. Thank you for that one. I don't know. Jonathan Taylor, the offensive line getting back and getting healthy again. They're off the COVID list. I'm not sure about Ryan Kelly. He's going through a lot of personal stuff. Shout out to him and his family because that's just awful. But I don't know, man. The Raiders, they got to have it. They got to have it. So I think that they keep this game close. And that's why I'm going to roll with the Raiders on this one. I'm rolling with the Raiders on the road in Indianapolis to cover the number at least. It's rough, dude. I don't like it, but
No way.
Their season's on the line, man. Their season's on the line.
The Colts are playing for a lot as well.
But it might not be.
They're
freaking Wentz.
8-2. They're 8-2 in their last 10. Kyle said it before the season. He doesn't care if Jacoby Brissett or me or him was playing quarterback. The Colts were a 10-win team, right? And they need 2 wins with 2 to play to get 10 wins.
So then he has to pick.
Is
them.
this record right? I think they might.
No,
actually,
they need 2 hits 11.
2 hits 11. Okay, so
so
the
they need
Colts are a
one.
10-win team. I think their over/under was 10.5 anyway.
I think
was
it was
it not?
10 even.
10 even. So you have to hit the 11 to get the over. Did you actually play that?
Actually, I bet my actual bet is 9.5.
Oh, all right. So,
But I placed that bet way before we even discussed.
yeah.
I want to go back and watch that video about our NFC.
Me too.
We
There's
will,
a few
but
that I'm really
I'm
bad on, but
curious.
there's a few that I feel like I hit really well with the
I don't think I got
Patriots.
any
did
wrong.
good on.
I
The
definitely did. I hit the
Dolphins, did good.
Cowboys. I know a lot of you
Oh,
guys probably hit
stop.
the under.
I don't think I got
Anyway,
any. I
The
think I went
sauce
perfect.
God over here. He thinks he went perfect. He didn't.
Walks around his apartment like McGregor.
I also had the Washington football team at 12 wins. So
That's
there
you
go.
did. You did.
Um,
You said it. Not
But yeah,
me.
the Raiders don't stop the run, and they do stop the pass decently, but they don't stop the run, and the Colts are going to run all over
Is
them.
that true though?
I don't know. That's what I've seen in my fantasy thing when I look at my.
They usually
matchups.
don't, but in the last 2 games they played Cleveland and Denver, neither could run on the Raiders.
Hmm.
So in the last 3 games, including the Kansas City game, they're only allowing 3.4 yards per carry. So this Raiders run defense seemed to have
Well, the Kansas
woken
City
up.
game, I don't think that matters because they got starched.
I know.
So
holy
like throw that
shit.
one out. And then the Denver game, I mean, yeah. Also,
They shut down Cleveland and
they
Denver.
shut
on the
down
ground.
Cleveland and Denver. That's 2 really good running teams, but I just don't think that they're Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, but it was Nick Chubb.
Was Nick Chubb playing that game
I believe he did. Yes,
2 weeks ago?
Yes.
I can tell you in 5
Yes.
seconds.
100% yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nick Chubb had 23 carries, 91 yards.
Dude, he
Less
gets
than
shut
100. That's pretty.
down.
That's the norm. Like if you can hold on running back under 100 yards, that's a big deal.
Darnell Johnson had
if-
1 carry, -2 yards. So they held the Cleveland Browns to 3.7 yards per carry. That's solid.
It's solid. It's solid. I'm not going to sit here and hang my hat on that fact that they did that to Cleveland Browns because I feel like the Colts offer a little bit more than the Browns do at this point in the year.
Oh yeah.
Defensively, they create insane amount of turnovers. I'm going with the Colts for that reason. They're
Someone give me
home.
okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm it. That's it. They're home. They're playing a team that isn't really that great. They're not. I mean, the Raiders they're surprising me, but they're 1-2 in a row. Every time the Raiders start to get going, the same thing with the rest of the AFC West. They just fall flat. I expect that to happen this week.
I would like does anyone have an injury update on the Colts offensive line? They were missing 4.
That was all COVID.
Yeah, I will know because the one guy
The one guy got hurt.
Well,
Starter
that's why I
passed
say
away.
Ryan Kelly. I don't know. He's the center.
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
know.
But
I'm
there was
saying
another
the
guy
rest
that
of the
got
guys are
hurt, but I
COVID.
feel like he was a backup that
So
got hurt.
they should be good then.
They should.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, they might be back. I'm not sure.
I'm going to click.
Watch
on-
Hard Knocks.
Oh, they're actually there's only. Okay, so a lot of them have been taken right off the injury report. So if the Colts offensive line is back, I can't play the Raiders. I'm sorry, Dina. I'll watch it with you and I'll root for the Raiders with you, but
We will.
Nah.
We will root together. Tina, I'm rocking the Raiders with you, girl. Don't you
did
worry
you see
about it.
all
I
her
got
new
you.
Raiders gear? She's got like
She walked in yesterday with it. I'm like, are you the poster girl? Like, what is this?
like she's trying out to be
You're
like
gonna get
Raiders
to wear
fan
it for
girl.
2 more weeks because their season's about to be over.
Oh, Gooch with the downplay there. Okay, next. Another really, really big game. We just watched the Dolphins big win over the Saints on Monday night. They're taking on the Titans on the road. The Titans are favored by 3. I don't know, man. This one's another tight one, but both of these teams are fighting for their playoff lives. And I say that about the Titans. I know they're about to win the division, technically, maybe. But they need the seed. They need to win this game. The Dolphins have won 7 straight games after losing 7 straight games. No team
No, they
in
lost
NFL
6
history.
straight.
What?
They lost 6 straight. Oh no, they did lose 7 straight.
They
They were
won
1
one,
and
then
0.
lost
Yeah,
seven.
yeah.
All right, so they lost 7 straight. I'm taking Miami Dolphins here, bro. I am taking the Miami Dolphins 110%. I think they're playing better football. I don't like their offense, but I think their defense is causing turnovers. And if Tannehill has to throw more than he has to run, there's going to be a little bit of turnovers key here. Revenge game here, I think, for Tannehill. He might feel a little certain way against playing the Dolphins here, but give me the Dolphins with the number, man. I like Miami here.
Honestly, I'm going with the Titans in this one because I feel like the Dolphins, when they set a goal out for themselves, probably when they were 1-7, and they achieved that goal. They've now broken the barrier. They're 1 game above 500. The Dolphins do. I'm going to say one interesting stat here. This is courtesy of Hawaii Mike. The Dolphins, if they win their next 2 games and the Bills and the Patriots split, the Dolphins could actually be the 2 seed.
And
We were
win
talking
the
about
AFC
it.
East?
They could win the AFC East and
Shut
be the 2
up.
seed. Yeah, because they beat the Patriots in week 1. So
And they
if
play them again.
they play them again. So if they beat the Patriots and the Bills lose a game, the Dolphins could still win the AFC East, which is absolutely crazy to me.
That
is
going into week
I didn't even
17.
know that.
Now, all great. That's all well and good. It's not going to happen because if you look at the Dolphins on the road, they're not really doing much on defense on the road. All their picks, all their turnovers come at home. The Titans, I don't think they're going to really put themselves in a position to throw the ball much. They're just going to hand the ball off, be very smart. And AJ Brown is back. He looked really good last week, like fully healthy, good to go. I don't know that there's going to be an answer for that as long as they can keep the play action going. I know there's no Derrick Henry, but they still are committed to the run. Vrabel's a good coach. I do like Brian Flores, a little Belichick disciple matchup here. So I expect this to be a hard-fought, close game. I'm going to lay the 3, but I have a feeling it's going to be a 3-point win. So I have a feeling it's going to push in this game. I'll go with the under as well.
All right.
Yeah, Titans and
Toast. Toast. I just saw Toast comment. Sauce.
All right, so I'm showing 3.5 point spread here.
Even better.
So
I'll take the Dolphins then.
Yeah, I'm on
But
Miami.
in this, I'm going to take the Titans.
Early lean definitely on the Dolphins. I love that the Titans run a lot of play action because Brian Flores and the Titans run a lot of play action because Brian Flores and the Dolphins defense blitz more than any other team in the NFL. So good. Use those slow developing plays. That only helps Miami, in my opinion. I don't know how much time. You know what? I said this last week against the 49ers and the Titans beat them, though. It's almost the same exact thing. I don't trust Tennessee's offensive line. And with getting 3 in a hook, have to take Miami here playing great. Tua looks good. Definitely. It's going to be hard to get me off the Dolphins here unless the line doesn't come something crazy or some kind of crazy COVID update. I'll be on the Miami.
All right. Moving on, Gooch.
All right, we got the Kansas City Chiefs, and you were talking about the possible hottest team in football with
Game
the
of the
Cowboys.
week, by the way.
The game of the week, we got the red hot Kansas City Chiefs. They were 3-4 at one point. They're 11-4 against the Cincinnati Bengals, who are in prime position to win the AFC North. This is the game of the week for obvious reasons. I like the number for the Bengals getting points at home, 5 points. The Chiefs have been obviously playing great. I think Kelsey might be coming back this week. Is he back?
I would have to assume, right? I mean,
yeah, they're getting the full
enough.
arsenal. But it's just the Bengals right now, they have a chance to put the division on ice, and with a win this week against Kansas City, really solidify themselves as a legit contender. Joe Burrow is coming off of a career performance.
Joey B with
Joey B.
525.
I like the Bengals in this one. They've had some tough wins. Most of their losses are against letdown teams. Even the game against Green Bay, they had that game in the bag, admittedly, and they missed 5 field goals in overtime. So
Wow. So you're taking Cincinnati here.
yeah, I'm going to take the Bengals here.
All right.
This is the second
Toast
week
coming
in
in.
a row.
Cincinnati is 5-0 straight up. I'm assuming SU means.
Yeah, straight up.
Okay. In the last 5 games when playing at home against Kansas City. I'm running the Bengals too. I like Joey Burrow here. I do. I like him a lot. I like that the wide receiver core. I like Joe Mixon. This is the exciting team to watch right now in the AFC. And if they can dethrone this winning streak right here that the Kansas City Chiefs go on, watch out for the Bengals all of a sudden. It's a crazy.
I don't know that
crazy
they're going to win
concept.
the game, but they're going to cover, I think.
I think they might win outright. I just straight up win this game.
Chiefs blowout.
Whoa. Okay. Well, there's that one. So the Chiefs.
So
are,
I'm betting the Chiefs.
So
I'm picking the
so
Bengals.
I'm picking the Bengals and I'm betting the Chiefs. But yeah, give me the Bengals in this one.
Oh, definitely on Kansas City. I love how Mahomes isn't trying to do too much like he was earlier in the season. He's taking these little 12-yard hits, these 7-yard hits where Andy Reid set up this great offense. Just take what they're giving you, and you're going to score easily.
And they got the speed to kind of just get themselves
question:
open.
has Patrick Mahomes played himself directly into the MVP conversation again? I would say he's higher than
It's
Kyler
really-
at this point,
it's
right?
really
higher
hard
than Kyler, absolutely.
Yeah,
yes.
higher than Murray. Jonathan Taylor.
I would put him
I
over Brady right now.
Brady, I don't know, maybe not.
I would,
Brady,
bro. He's
Brady,
won 8 straight games.
Yeah, 8 straight. And if you look at it, you'd be like, oh, or against shit teams? Like, no.
No,
doesn't-
no.
it
I
doesn't
remember
matter.
after the Giants
No,
game,
good teams, though.
they got the 4-4, I believe, against the Giants. It was like
Mhm.
early in the
Yeah.
season. They played a Monday night game. They actually didn't look that great.
No,
but
they
they-
didn't at all.
But the following week they had Green Bay. I remember looking at their schedule and being like, wow, the Chiefs are 3-4 and they're done. They're
Yeah.
playing some tough teams right now. And they ended up reeling off 8 in a row. So legit as it gets.
The GOAT is in the house, by the way. Stimmy OG is in
Stimmy made it.
Stimmy OG is in the house.
Yeah,
Oh, he's been
definitely
here,
on the
really? Oh
Chiefs.
shit, I'm sorry. I haven't realized. But yeah, we're all taking the Bengals. So is Vought. Vought is in the house as well. It's been a while, Vought.
We are
Thank
all
you.
not taking the Bengals. I am on
Oh,
the Chiefs.
you are on the
heavy.
Chiefs. I'm sorry. Yes.
Heavy.
On the Chiefs. Go ahead. Moving on. All right.
This is yours, right?
Yeah, I guess. The Bills, minus 14.5. A lot of points here at home against a team that might still think they have a shot at the playoffs, and that's the Atlanta Falcons. I don't think their offense is good enough. I think the Bills are playing all world again because Josh Allen finally decided to show up again after his little bit of a hiatus. I like the Bills here. I think this is going to be one of those really, really nasty 40-7 games or something like that. I think the Bills offense just completely shows out in this one in Buffalo in January. Let's not hope it's not too much because I'm playing Josh Allen in the fantasy championship. So outside of that, I think because I mean they don't have a running game, so it's going to be a Josh Allen type day. But give me the Bills and Bills big on this one, Gooch.
Every single time I laid double-digit points with the Bills this year, they lose, so I'm not going to do it again. The Falcons, they're 7-8. When you look at the Falcons and you take everything aside, don't look at their record. You're like, well, the Falcons are terrible. They're a shit team, but they're 7-8 and they have a legitimate chance.
6-9 against the spread, though.
All right, fair. 7-8. I'd rather be 7-8 in wins and losses than 6-9 against the spread. When you're getting 14.5 points, I think that they're going to play themselves into this game a little bit. I could easily see a backdoor cover, but I could also easily see like halftime, then maybe having it being tied or something like that. And it's football, man. Buffalo looks like shit most of the time. I'm sorry. Like, I understand they can win the next 2 games and win the division, but the Falcons are in the same position. They could win the next 2 games and make the playoffs. I don't think they're going to, but I also don't think they're going to lose by 3 scores. So I'm going to take the Falcons in this one.
All right.
So you said 6-9 against the spread, right?
Yeah.
They're 0-6 against the spread at home. Oh, on the road, they're 5-3 against the spread. They're also 5-3 straight up. So not only do they have a winning record, but they're covering on the road. I definitely taking the Falcons.
Give me Falcons.
14 and
Give
a
me
half.
Falcons. Give me the Falcons. Give me the Falcons. Give me the Falcons. I'm changing that one. Give me the Falcons. I'm just listen. Wait, you.
My final draft.
Yeah, I know, right? You're gonna have to rewrite that entire thing. It looks like it's scribblies all over the place. But give me the Falcons here. What the hell? I mean, I don't want to do that. I report you watch. Is that a name? Okay. I report you watch. Well, thank you. Subscribe. Hit like. Anyway, next game.
I think we're on to college football now.
Oh, all right. So that's the NFL slate, ladies and gentlemen. So listen, if you like the picks and you like the leans, go to KyleKirms.com. Sign up for the VIP subscription. We got to get him a graphic or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Going forward, we'll get him a graphic. But anyway, KyleKirms.com. Go sign up for the subscription. He gives all his picks, his VIP picks, every Sunday. Go check those out. He's not just on the NFL, ladies and gentlemen. He's on everything. And last night, he cleaned up with college football.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this
NBA.
video, thank Kyle for being here. And of course, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that stuff for us as a company. We appreciate you. Find us on Patreon, patreon.com/ChopSports. Become a Patreon member, and maybe we'll discuss with Kyle on how you can maybe get some kind of perk with Kyle if you become a Patreon member with Chop Sports. Like that. It's on the fly. And Kyle's like, yeah, fuck that. You're crazy. Anyway, so moving on to what we're all going to watch tonight. And I guess we'll start with this one. I think this is the nightcap game. What's wrong?
Vikings are starting Sean Mannion.
Mannion?
Jesus.
I don't know who that is.
That line might be 13.
Oh my
17.
god. Oh my god. No, we all took the Packers regardless, but Jesus Christ, who the hell's Sean Mannion?
That's just going to be one of those games where I reluctantly bet and be like, I hate it, but I have to bet it.
You have to do it, right? Anyway, we got some college football playoffs going down tonight. We'll start with the night game, the bigger game of the two, I think, because the other one, it's different. But Michigan Wolverines are taking on the Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia Bulldogs are favored by -7.5. The floor is yours. Kyle Kirms for your VIP picks right here on the show on the Chop Sports Daily.
Yep, we're doing both of them. For this first one, right off the bat, I love when I can bet a favorite and still be on the sharp side. All the action's on Michigan. Now it's rare because usually the public's always on a favorite, and like that happens like 90% of the time. But it's one of those rare cases where the public and the sharps, it looks like actually just majority of the action is on Michigan. This line hasn't really budged. It's still 7.5. The question we need to ask in both games for this one, was it a fluke? We got to ask that for both of these football games today. The Michigan-Ohio State game, was it a fluke? Was it the snow? Was Jim Harbaugh's game plan to just pound it between the tackles with Hassan Haskins? Did that just catch Ryan Day and them off guard? Whatever it was, do you think it was a fluke? And personally, I do. I think if they play again right now without the snow, that Ohio State wins by 3 touchdowns. So
I do as well.
That being said, the other is this a fluke question is Georgia and Alabama. I don't know. That one's a little different. I think we could say it's a fluke as far as Georgia looking that poorly. Maybe Alabama is a lot better than we thought. We'll get to that in the next one. But I'm comfortable laying the 7.5 here. The Michigan's going to come out and try to run the ball, or at least that's what Georgia thinks they're going to do. It's what we all think they're going to do. They can't. No one runs it on Georgia. Nobody. If Georgia was exposed, It was their secondary that was exposed because Alabama threw the ball over.
Yeah, they're
them.
exposed by a far different style of team.
Exactly. If this was like a Purdue type team that we just watched, team that slings the ball, that drops back 55 times, big, okay, I can see some shit happening, but I mean, they're not going to be able to come out and run the ball in Georgia. Now, that being said, Georgia's not going to be able to run the ball in Michigan that well either, but overall, I trust the Bulldogs more. I think they're more talented, better program. I'm going to take Georgia. I'm going to lay the 7.5, and I think I'm going to bet it in the first half too, because I think they do anything they can to prevent a repeat of Alabama, and that was sit back and come out and play conservative. I think they're going to come out and score a touchdown on the first drive without a doubt. So I like Georgia first half and full
team
game.
speed for Georgia
like
is too much. Michigan, I think it's a classic case of them. It's like what happened recently. You saw Michigan's coming off of a big win and Georgia's coming off of a big loss. So typically that's why you're seeing the public where they're at. I'm going with Georgia in this one as well.
I have a balance right now in my account, right? I'm going half on this game, half on the other game. If they wipe, then I'm wiped and I'll have to replenish. But if not, I'm going with the sauce here. I'm riding both picks with the sauce. So I'm listening very intently because this New Year's Eve was supposed to be nice and quiet at
We're
home.
talking all about.
It ain't going to be
we're
quiet
talking all
when I lay
about
this
Rutgers.
kind of money on
We're
this
talking
game.
about Rutgers, and Rutgers had Michigan on the ropes. There's no team that Rutgers had on the ropes that I'm going to bet against Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, that
So
makes
then
sense.
why the hell is money coming in on Michigan?
Because
Just
they
'cause of the
just
number?
smacked the shit out of Ohio State, who's probably
Yeah,
the
that's-
only team that's on the same level of Georgia and Alabama.
There was a couple weeks back where people were talking like Georgia's the best defense ever in college football.
Yeah.
They're top defense in the last 20 years. I mean, I disagree with that statement, but they're very, very good
It was
defense.
insane what they
They're a
did
very
this
good
year.
defense. I just don't see a Big Ten team moving the ball against that team.
All right.
Any
I'm with
Big
it.
Ten
I'm
team.
with the
Maybe Ohio
dogs.
State,
Let's go
but-
dogs. Now, the other game, this is going to be interesting because of the spread. And it's just, obviously Bama coming in, ranked number 1, taking on the Cincinnati Bearcats. I said it yesterday on the college football. I am a former Bearcat, not from Cincinnati, though. Ford's Bearcats, Pop Warner football, legendary.
Once a Bearcat, always a Bearcat.
Exactly. So that doesn't go away. But anyway, big line here, 13.5 for the Tide. I mean, shit, man. Kyle, you can break this down. Give me a reason why, like, Cincinnati might be a play here because of this spread. But
I'm going to play Cincinnati.
Are you?
Yeah, but I'm not.
Let's go.
I'm not crazy about it. There's a couple things that are ringing through my brain here. So the way Alabama finished the season before the SEC championship was embarrassing. They almost lost to LSU. They were down 10-0, had to come back and win in overtime against Auburn, who didn't have a quarterback. TJ Finley, we just watched him the other day. He looks terrible. No offense to him. He's just a kid just getting into the
Fine,
SEC.
gentlemen.
Yeah.
He's going over this
For crying out loud, Kyle, he's 18.
Exactly. That's why I feel
Not
like
even an
I don't
adult.
want to be like, you suck. He's an 18-year-old kid in the SEC. But he almost beat Alabama, and I just can't unsee what I saw from Alabama this whole season. Yeah, they came out, threw the ball all over Georgia, shocked everyone. Actually, some people expected it, but I did not expect them to throw the ball all over the field like that. It was impressive. That being said, Cincinnati might have the second best quarterback remaining in the playoffs in Desmond Ridder. I think he's a little slow.
Do
Like,
they have a guy named Kobe Bryant?
No, that was yesterday's game. I think.
wasn't
Or no,
that
tomorrow's
Cincinnati?
game. Somebody's cornerback, best corner in the country. Apparently, his name's Kobe Bryant.
I didn't even know that.
That's
I
next.
thought,
That's
I thought
tomorrow.
he was on
No, no.
Cincinnati.
No, Cincinnati's at Desmond Ridder. When I say slow, when he gets into the open field, he's got long strides. He does have good breakaway top speed, but he's a little slow in and out, moving around in the pockets. He doesn't have the quickest release, which scares me against Alabama's pass rush. But I'm going with Cincinnati getting a shitload of points.
You
This
just
team's
described Daniel Jones.
like he can run, but he can't like move around quickly. Yeah. The Cincinnati team's kind of been on this like magical thing this whole season. Everyone's like, oh, because they should have been in the playoffs last year.
Right.
Then this whole year is like they're not going to get in. They're eventually going to lose, and then they just kept on winning. And it seems like whenever you count this team, like I don't want to say count them out because no one counted them out, but whenever you start to doubt this team, they always shock us. Now, not saying they're beating Alabama, but 13.5 is a lot of points, and I'll take them.
You ever see the movie Great White Hype?
No.
You try to embarrass me on national TV?
This is my version of the Great White Hype, where Damon Wayans is Alabama, and then I think it's the white guy in the Great White Hype is Cincinnati, and there's this big buildup, like Kyle just talked all this about how Bama, and then
guy.
what's going to end up happening is they're going to start to play. Alabama is going to look over at Cincinnati and be like, "Are you trying to fucking embarrass me on national TV?" And they are going to skunk them early. I just don't think the talent is there for Cincinnati. They have a good story and they belong in the playoff, but that's where they belong. And Alabama, man, what you were talking about, you can't unsee certain things. The talent was there with Alabama all along. I think it was a focus thing. And they were the lucky enough team to where they had their letdown, but they won anyway, and it didn't affect them. Now, that was their letdown game. I just see Alabama winning. I'm going to go ahead and say the whole thing by like a combined 50 points in both games. I think they're going to blow out both teams. Alabama's the cream of the crop. Going into the year, nobody thought any different. They had a hiccup against a decent team, I'm imagining, right?
What, Alabama?
Yeah, who was their loss against?
Texas A&M. But I mean, they almost lost to Florida, who's awful.
Understood.
They almost lost like 5 games.
Understood. But did you see the Nick Saban speech where he was like, everybody thinks that because if you lose a game, your season's over, but then you got to play teams like the SEC is a gauntlet. I don't care who you're talking about. Even Vanderbilt is a scary game in some cases. Maybe not this year, but you understand what I'm saying.
They're not, but I mean Texas A&M, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Arkansas. Yeah, they had a loaded schedule, no doubt.
So when you're playing a loaded schedule and you have a few hiccups, but you manage to win those games, I don't think that necessarily is a knock against your football team. I think that makes you battle tested. They're going into this as a team to beat, clearly.
Georgia also played an SEC schedule.
I understand, but they got smacked by Bama.
I think if Georgia gets a rematch with Alabama, that
they play better. I don't know.
I think they might wipe them up.
Oh, I just don't see it.
But that's not what we're picking right now.
We're picking right now.
So I'm obviously I didn't just say all that about Alabama to pick Cincinnati.
And I'm going Cincinnati.
So I'm going Bama in this one.
All right. Well, listen, those are the picks. It's the Georgia Bulldogs -7.5. And of course, the Cincinnati Bearcats plus 13.5 against the Alabama Crimson Tide. This has been a loaded episode. Week 18 slate. Go ahead. One more.
Yes, you can watch this, guys. So if anybody just saw the comment that came up, if you came in midway, halfway through, go back. You could see the whole beginning. We broke down the entire NFL slate and then the 2 college football games today. So
yes, and there's also this does get dropped in a podcast form as well. Right after this, around 15 minutes after we stop, 20 minutes after we stop, there's a podcast form. So if you're on the road and you want to listen to it, do that as well. But the big thing is right here, folks, for Chop Sports is to subscribe to this channel. So if you've watched this and you like the content, we are friends with Kyle. We work with Kyle. He's got his own empire that he's built with the Sauce Network. So we appreciate Kyle for coming on for a Lean Friday. We call him Lean Fridays because he's not technically giving all his picks. He's actually just giving where he's leaning towards for Week 18 for the NFL. But before we close, I just want to say first, Gooch, thank you for sending me a text message this time last year. Okay, about this business.
What a great run! An
amazing year in 2021, man. I didn't know what I was tired of, and this is a personal monologue, and that whatever. It's our show. We can do whatever we want. I was on working a job that I love Sean. I love Sean, Health and Fitness Professionals. He is a investor in this company because he believes in what I think this could be, right? So I was not stuck there, but I was working a front desk, man. I was in a rut, right? And I was like, what am I going to do? I'm tired of chasing this 15-year dream of trying to get involved in sports broadcasting. I was told no by so many people. So then I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do this on my own. I'm going to be my own boss. Thanks to Chris Gucci and his, first of all, spending the money to get all the equipment together because he didn't know what to do with it at first.
Yeah, bro. Then Donnie Dollars came in handy.
Donnie Dollars came in handy. He had the equipment. I had the dream. We both had the vision. There was a group, Chop Sports, in which some of you guys are watching on now. That was just a Facebook group. That's all it was. It was people just interacting during a time where nobody wanted to talk about fucking politics anymore or anything like that. Nobody wanted to talk about who's better, Dems or Republicans or whoever. Doesn't matter, right? We want to talk sports. That's where Chop Sports was born. We thought, hey, let's do a podcast. Why don't we do one little podcast, right? So that's what we did. And all of a sudden, people wanted to throw support around the podcast. Then all of a sudden, the podcast grew into the Jimmy Palumbo Show. And then it grew into a network of amazing content creators. So thank you to guys that are on the goddamn Jets. Thank you to the Till Mets Do Us Part. Thank you to the old guys, James Rube, who was in here doing his thing. Thank you to Scoop Espo, who just joined the network. Thank you to Joe Matarese, who does his podcast. For God's sakes, Joe, I mean, I love you to death. You're a pain in my ass, and we don't even talk as much as you talk to Chris, but you are the man.
Shout out to the lady that just emailed us for $360 refund.
Shout out to the lady who wants a $360 refund on sweatshirts.
She's not getting it.
That she thought that she was going to get hoodies overnight for no reason whatsoever. Shout out to her.
I'm not going to say that. We'll talk.
We'll talk after because that's hilarious. That is hilarious, actually. But all the content creators within Chop Sports, we've been doing this now for a year. We're heading into 2022. If you guys want to throw some backing behind us, patreon.com/Chop Sports. As low as $3 a month, you can help us out. You want to go donate more? You can donate more. There's perks to that. We'll give you percentages off the store, VIP access to all the events we're about to have in 2022, which you know are going to be more loaded than 2021. We did a draft party and we did an opening party last year. And while they were so much fun and we're still paying off debts off of Scoop's wife, we are still going to throw some more events in 2022. We're going to have some fun. Throw your support behind us. Subscribe to this network. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Kyle. Dina just got in here. She's moving. That's a breath of fresh air, man. When we got rid of the Cold War, it was an amazing feeling. We got rid of the Soviet.
Bombed, just so we're clear.
What?
We still might get bombed one day.
We still might get bombed. That's all. But then again, thank you, Sean, for getting us business insurance, right?
Yeah.
So if this building burns to the ground because the Soviet Union came over here and completely destroyed us, then that's where we're all screwed. What?
Kobe is on Cincy. Jaden Bots.
Jaden
Batts,
thank you
for the
Kobe Bryant. Kobe.
I appreciate you.
But
dog.
yeah, so this year has been an absolute whirlwind. It's been amazing. It's been a lot of fun. So thank you guys for joining us each and every day, Monday through Friday. We don't miss. I did an episode from the hospital. This guy got episode after a car wreck. Like, it's just like we keep putting out content because we want to inform you guys and get you guys away from FS1 and ESPN and all those other guys.
The sauce is all about business with the shades on. I'm
Shades
sorry,
are on.
it's such a perfect look for the
Because
sauce.
I'm about to head out. And I got games to catch.
Yeah, no. He's like, Dave, you're going way too long here, and I apologize for that.
Plus, these are Prada.
But again, Prada. See, yeah, I wonder if he's doing okay. Not sure. Let's check the accounts. But anyway, thank you guys on behalf of Dave Sturchio and Chris Gucci, Sturch and Gooch. This has been the final episode.
For crying out loud, Dave, it's been enough.
For crying out loud, this has been a great episode of the Chop Sports Daily.
Happy New Year.
I'm gonna be that dad right now.
See you next year.
Ah, damn
fucking
it.
dork.
Damn it, man! You blew it. You blew it.
You're the dad. I'm for crying out loud, Dave. You're gonna really use that joke.
See you next year, guys and gals.
See you next year, guys and gals. Thank you guys so much.
All right.
Later.
Blew the whistle. Delay of game on.